This is Sam Waterston, and you're watching Visionaries, celebrating 10 seasons on public television.
Visionaries is made possible in part by Fund for a Healthy Nevada, Dr. Linda K. Jacobs, and the Flora L. Thornton Foundation. Additional funding has been provided by the following:
Sometimes you read the paper and watch the news, and it seems like there's more bad news than good in the world. But you know what? It's just not true.
I at least can hold on to something, that there's something, maybe it's small, but there's something that I'm doing to make a difference.
It's just a feeling that you have. If you can help people, you have to. There's no alternative.
Every child has potential that we just can't know. And so, to my mind, that's what we're doing. We are saving potential for the future.
Hello, I'm Sam Waterston. I have a word for you. Think about your reaction when I say it out loud. Homelessness. Nothing, right? You cared about that once already. Next case. So what's left when the media burns through a cause and the public is left with what the experts call compassion fatigue? You're about to find out. Vilmaria Harvey lives in a motel room with her 3 children. She has nowhere to turn. 2,000 miles away, in a small town in Nevada, a solution is growing from the grassroots of a community committed to tackling the causes of homelessness. While Vilmaria doesn't know the people in Nevada, their stories, when intertwined, show the power of caring and how painful life can be without it.
Can't seem to find it in my sight. January bleeds into.
Hello, I'm Vilmaria Harvey. We're at the Red Roof Inn.
Say goodnight.
I'm here with my 3 children, Jacob, Justin, and Jade. 7-year-old, 5, and 21 months. We're at the process of still waiting for housing or Section 8. I don't know what else we want.
You want to show me your kids?
Here goes my Jake. Say hello, Jacob. Jacob's shy. Here's
Hello.
Justin. Say, how old are you?
5.
5. That's Jade.
He's 1.5.
Here we have dining room. This is our dining room. Here goes our beds and couches. Lay down, watch TV. So we call this the family room. And right this little part we call our kitchen. Here goes my kitchen sink, my stove. And I can steam and things here. You see, I got a big microwave, so I learned how to cook a whole chicken in there. And you don't realize how useful these things are until you're actually in a situation like that.
Hey, Jamie, do you know the chart? You do?
We're in September, I believe, 7th. And school started 2 weeks ago. My children still haven't seen school yet. We don't know who to call. We don't know what's the nearest public school, or if my kid's eligible.
Jumped over the couch. He jumped over the table.
Jacob will always say, well, because of Mom, we're in a shelter. You know, because she just can't go back with Dad. And I have my own personal reasons. Abusive relationship doesn't mean it needs to be physical.
Yeah.
Verbal abuse, that is abusive too.
Jacob, what's his name again? Vinny.
For a family already struggling in this economy, a single event can lead to homelessness. Maybe it's a parent losing a job or separating from a spouse. In Nevada, Community chest is making sure the people they help don't reach such a critical point. With food, education, and compassion, they show how it's possible to build a stronger community anywhere, even in an old frontier town in the West.
I imagine that the notion of having a social service agency or a community development agency in a rural mining town is pretty much an oxymoron. It's very much a frontier community, an independent community. That kind of rugged Western idealism is very much a part of this culture. This is a boom-bust community that brought a lot of gold and silver to San Francisco during the late 1870s. All those historical bearings were brought to bear on what we do as an agency. We weren't understood. We are not a mine. We are not gold. We are not silver. We started Community Chest in 1991, and we founded it here in Virginia City. We have a fancy mission to develop resources within our community to help people help themselves. But I think of us as a catalyst. I think of us as a place where together we're going to make this a better community.
The challenge is to help people learn to care again, learn to care for one another.
One more.
7 times.
Okay, there you go.
It seems if we can help people remember that we're each human, we each have a stake in getting through this alive.
Say that, Ryan?
No.
Maintenance, termination, and completion. I'm going to go. Then I think tomorrow, the next week, we could probably cure many of the ills that face us.
Real still.
About 5 months ago, I was introduced to the program by one of my neighbors because I'd retired and he knew I didn't have hardly any food. Everybody puts in hours to pay for their own food.
We were concerned about the dehumanizing or demeaning aspects of just being given a handout. So we tell people that, yeah, even a millionaire, if they wanted to, could participate in the food closet program. In exchange for that, have some barter time that they can use to access food in the food closet. By volunteering to drive the van and bringing that food back, helps to remind, I think somebody who's participating in that, helps to remind them that they have some value.
Completely different than somebody saying, here, have $1, something like that. You know, you go up there and you work. It makes you feel better about yourself. I like coming up and helping people. Always liked helping people, you know.
Our part is small. It's really nothing in the big picture. What we hope is that others can see that this can happen where they're living. I mean, if any community could say, you know, I think we can probably take some chunk of this, break it off, and replicate it here.
Today's the first day of school. to move. Jacob's kind of nervous, giving me a hard time. Get up this morning. Just tell me how you feel about school today.
Oh, nice one. Whoa! Oh!
Jacob!
You know how to put your seatbelt on?
Yes,
Okay,
sir!
let's see.
Yes, sir!
You're excited.
How do you
It's
feel?
Justin's first time.
I told you I was not gonna go to school. Cuz. And we was playing Candyland out at school. Yeah, we was playing all those games. I beat Justin.
When you got off the bus, what did they do?
Nothing. Nothing. They had us sitting down in the office doing nothing.
So you upset about that? Yeah? Why are you upset?
Because the school's so far.
And what else?
You know, when you come in and when you're a new person, they have to let you sit in the, thing. Yeah, doing nothing.
Why did you know you were gonna come home?
Why did I know I was gonna come out? Come home. Because I'm smart. I don't need to go to school to get smart. I'm already smart.
Kids are the light of the world. They're our future. If we don't put everything we have into those children, I mean, we're just hurting ourselves. When I say I love my job, I can't wait to go to work in the morning. It's true, because every day is different. I feel very honored to do the work I do.
Come on, Gabe. I want to go get my Valentine.
Well, isn't this it? Are you coming back?
Most of the children that I serve would otherwise not receive preschool services before they went to kindergarten. I see children that come on the bus, they don't even know how to hold a crayon.
Why?
2 hands on scissors, if they even use scissors at home.
Watch my hand, this one. Open, and the scissors open. Close my hand.
A lot of families don't have a next door neighbor that has a child, their child's age to play with. So children are very isolated.
No. Okay, is that Mary? Is that Mrs. Height over there? Wyatt's turn. Oh, and you're right after Wyatt. But Wyatt has to go first.
It's wonderful, the changes I've seen in children. I see children learning social skills. I see children learning colors.
Some red ones.
It's given them friends. They have play dates where they didn't have them before.
Purple. You have to match the same colors.
No brown hearts.
Remember? This one's purple.
It's all about the time that I take with children and getting at their level.
Like a new cake.
I hope I'm having an impact on their future.
Open.
It's the human part, you know, it's the human part. Just, maybe I can't solve their problem, but I can listen.
What we're doing isn't remarkable, but the fact that it can be done is pretty remarkable. And it can be done almost anywhere. There could be a safe haven for any child in America, in any place. No questions asked.
I can't tell from the spell I'm under.
I just started crying, screaming, crying. I'm like, what's the matter? What's going on? What's wrong with you? He goes, I want to leave. I want to leave. I want to leave. This is I need my space. I can't have my person down. So I'm jumping back and forth, moving the chairs around, throwing the toys.
I can sing a revolution in the gods above. I can try to find solutions. I can sing a love. I can.
Then he's like, I feel like hurting people. And I'm getting ideas. Hurting people, I want to hurt myself. I need help. I want to go to the hospital and get better. And when I come home, I want you to go to, I want to go home. And I told him, it's not that easy for me. He goes, well, just go back with mom, with dad, everyone's telling you to. He goes, it's better for us. And I told Jacob, what do you want me to do? And then he started hitting himself. I want to leave, I want to leave.
Or I can sing about the sorrows or just fade away into the dark night, just like a spark.
After we went to the psychiatrist, he went in the office. He's in the psychiatrist. And he goes, what do you want me to do? And he started stripping in the office. I said, what are you doing? He goes, so they can't say that you hit us or abusive. All I want them to do is give me medicine until you move out, Ma. He started taking off his shoes. Jacob, please keep your shoes on. You know, Ma, no, I need to get out of here. He's like, my clothes hurt. And he started stripping. He stripped his underwear. And he's yelling at Dr. Savile, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? And I'm like, what's wrong with my son? She goes, I understand Jacob told me you moved a lot in the past couple of months, and it's affecting him a lot. And I asked her, I don't know what to do.
Into the dark night, just like a sparklight, all the dreams that melt away.
When I was 12, when everything really hit the fan, my grades before I was 12 were A's and B's, and then all of a sudden I went to F's, D's and F's. And an English teacher pulled me up and wondered why I was, my grades went bad. And I wasn't rebelling, I was just like lost in space. And as she's writing other report cards out, she called me to her desk and says, what's going on? You used to be so good, what's happening? I couldn't speak. She made a decision at that time when she looked up and saw the pain in my face to scratch out the F and raise it to a D and says, you keep hanging in there. At that time, maybe intervention would have helped.
My goal as a counselor is to find out what motivates these men. So I want this to be a discussion as much as possible. It's usually not to end up at the very bottom, completely devoid of any idea of self-worth. What needed to happen for you to get to that point? You're talking men who oftentimes, when you get into their personal stories, didn't have the resources that many of us had. Their families weren't healthy, maybe they were abused at some level, so alcohol and drug use became a way to escape.
My environment growing up, all the adults were drinking. It was every night, beer, just very casual drinking, just drinking freely. And I was trying to be like the big people. I was trying to gain acceptance. I never felt accepted. And I was drinking so I could drink like the big people. A lot of things happened in the family where I just felt totally abandoned, a lot of bad things. And I went friendless and feeling homeless for a couple of years, and I started doing the drugs, and I had to eventually go to prison. Working one-on-one with Eric is a major healing for me. My sponsor and other counselors that I'm working with, I got a whole bunch of people, help me. Everybody else is like shining a flashlight in this cave where I'm at. But when I talk to Eric, Eric's been there. And he walks in that cave with me. No one else has done that for me in my life. So, thanks.
In every single sphere of my life, over and over, it's been the human contact that's made the difference. If on every corner, on every block, in every small little segment of every community, there were 10 people who said, I'm not going to tolerate what's happening to that person, then the change, any change that you're aspiring to create will happen because nobody will give up.
Have you ever been hungry, really hungry, and so hungry that you've forgotten how it feels to be full? But if you're feeling hungry, call me.
Just look into the eyes of a child, recognize them, say hello, greet them. You don't have to know them, but just acknowledge that they're sitting on a street corner, or that they're walking to school, or that they're, finding their way somewhere. Just let them know you see them.
If we can look into the eyes of every child and let them know unequivocally that we will not give up on them, there will be a different world for them. They won't grow up with the things that have haunted us for generations. They won't grow up being afraid. They won't grow up being alone. They'll grow up with some knowledge that deep inside of them, there's something that's worth staying alive for.
Forgotten how it feels to be strong. But if you're feeling tired, call me. I will come to you from the farthest reaches, 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 from the
There's the head, the nose, it's the hand over here.
Who is it?
That's the new baby.
It's not hard to imagine that if Vilmaria and her children had had access to similar community support, their experience might have ended differently. The community chest model of caring can be adopted almost anywhere if people have the will to end hunger and poverty where they live. For the Visionaries, I'm Sam Waterston.
If you would like more information about Visionaries, the organizations profiled, or educational opportunities, please contact us at 1-800-647-5559 or visit us on the web at www.visionaries.org.
all you need is just a piece of land to stand upon. All you need is just a single place to call a home. All you need is just a piece of land to stand upon that you can call your own. That you can call your own. That you can call your own.
Visionaries is made possible in part by Fund for a Healthy Nevada, Dr. Linda K. Jacobs, and the Flora L. Thornton Foundation. Additional funding has been provided by the following: